called No Pirates Allowed. At Sea Breezy Library, they were just right. Book lovers were cozy. The sky was blue bright when shiver me timbers through Sea Breezy's door stormed Big Pirate Pete and his parrot Igor. War be the treasure, X marks the spot. We'll dig up the loot and steal all thee got. Squawk, Igor squawked, as Pete muttered an arg. Then Big Pete let loose with a scary "So thar!" Chills ran down spines as those readers all shook. They hid behind bookshelves, but ventured a look. And what was the odor? Disgusting! Phew! But no one at Sea Breezy knew what to do, except Library Lou, who dashed over to see what all the unruly commotion could be. "May I help you?" Lou asked with a pinch and a frown. "This is a library." "Shh! Quiet down!" "Arg!" Big Pete thundered. "Don't waste me day. Walk the plank, saucy lass, or show me the way." At Sea Breezy, then, you could hear a pin drop. All that tough, roughin' talk and squawk stopped, for Library Lou looked Pete right in the eye as Pete stood his ground with a snarl. Oh my! Minute by minute their tempers both flared as they stood head to head and doggedly stared. "Unless you be quiet and listen up too. No pirates allowed," said Library Lou. "Squawk!" Igor squawked with a blow-me-down glare, excuse me. Then Library Lou boldly said, "So there! Arg!" "Now, there is a treasure map. Where is a treasure map?" Lou asked. "Ah, yes. The treasure is here," she said, "just as I guessed. I'll help you find it, but first I must ask of you and your matey a wee smallish task. Go home, take a bath, change your underwear too. Then come back tomorrow," said Library Lou. "Arg!" a landlubber telling Big Pete what to do. "But," she said, "there be treasure. Sink me, 'tis true." So, that night, Pete scrubbed 13 layers of dirt and decided clean underwear. Sniff. Whew, couldn't hurt. Squawking Igor got a good scrubbing too. Swish! Through the sea sailed their funky P.U. Then later they dreamed of a treasure or two. Squawk, squawk, squawk. The next day they bursted through the library door with a fresh soapy scent, but as loud as before. "Mateys, your manners," said Library Lou. "Now come, follow me. We have much work to do." "Aye." Big Pete grabbed his picks and his axe and his shovel, but Library Lou said, Don't go to the trouble." "But lassie, the loot," Lou said. "Not yet. First, say ahoy to the letters, this fine alphabet. Letters? Pete scowled. There be more than X's? Lou spread them all out. Big Pete looked perplexed. Blimey, cried Big Pete. A code of old, a secret one, aye, to find sweet gold. Library Lou grinned, a witty, wise grin. Brilliant, she cried. Now time to begin. Here they are, all of them. Pleased to meet you. Isn't it fun? Said Library Lou. Fun? Big Pete sneered. It'd be torture, no less. Me'd rather be kissing a fat treasure chest. So many letters, Big Pete got confused. W's, H's, and S's and Q's. Some she called vowels, A, E, I, O, and U's. Soon Lou took some letters and mixed them about. Look, exclaimed Lou, words to shout out. Now, here's a stack you may take home with you. Then come back tomorrow, said Library Lou. Up on the poop deck, Pete practiced that night. He practiced each word till he got each word right. Igor, he bragged, we'll hold riches untold, 'cause us, we be workin' gluttons for gold. Yes, day after day, he went back, and night after night, Lou piles high a new stack. Soon, Big Pete was reading not small words, but big. But Pete got impatient. He worked day and night, and still not a trinket or treasure in sight. One day he barked at Lou. Do what ye told. Ye said ye'd be helpin' me find that sweet gold. Correct, answered Lou. In a book, there's a clue. I've given my help. It's now up to you. Pete stared at the books lined up shelf after shelf. A code? A clue? Arg! Me find 'em meself. Maybe, just maybe, the code be in rhyme. He loved Mother Goose, Dr. Seuss. How sublime. They tickled his fancy, but no secret code. Avast, easy readers, he snatched frog and toad. Day after day he went back, and night after night he piled high a new stack. He found books called classics, great tales of the sea. Blimey, cried Big Pete, there were a clue to be. Treasure Island, me like it, but no clue to be found. Stumped, Big Pete scoured each shelf up and down. Gangway, the nonfiction. Thar where she be, soon luscious loot, fancy free on the sea. Those factual books Big Pete came to love. He read about things that he'd never heard of, stink bugs and baseballs and surfing and Mars, dinosaurs, mummies, electric guitars. Pete's picks and axes and his shovels got dusty. A piratey ways. Big Pete got a mite rusty. Now, Pete wasn't a pirate just dreaming of loot, but a reader he was, and a good one to boot. When one book was finished, yes. When one was done, Pete picked up another. Oh, reading was fun. He read and he read and he read and he read. Then suddenly one night, Pete popped up in bed. The next day, at Sea Breezy Library, things were just right. Book lovers were cozy, and the sky was blue bright when Big Pete and Igor tiptoed through the door and spied Library Lou in aisle 404. They both gave her hugs, each a kiss, too. "We've come to thank ye, Miss Library Lou. 'Cause of ye, now we know books be the treasure." "Shucks," whispered Lou. "It been my pleasure." Now Library Lou, with a smile, big and proud, is hanging a sign that says, "Pirates Allowed."